All right, greetings everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be dealing with function, and to be precise, we'll be working on if and or function. I'll be trying to make it very straightforward and simple. So no much of explanation, but straight to the point. Well, we're going to be using a simple data set, a student performing data set, which we're going to be using to get the top performing student and those that are eligible for the scholarship. All right, before us, we have names of the student and scores. So we're going to be using these functions to actually get our grade on the top performing student and those that are eligible for scholarship or eligible for promotion, whatever it is you are trying to achieve. Now, let's move straight to the point. If you look at it, I will want to first place it in a table because table actually gives us a lot of wonderful features, make this easier, and we don't need to do much. If we can actually solve for one, it automatically solve for the rest. I will leave that explanation for another tutorial, but for now we're just going to focus on if and or. Now let's proceed. Now if you look at it, first I'm going to highlight it and convert it to a table. There are two ways of doing that. You can click any of the cell and use your shortcut key, which is Ctrl T, to convert it to a table, or you can just add from home or go to your insert. Then you see it there close to your recommended pivot table. You click on it and it automatically turns to a table. But I love using shortcuts. You can just click on any of the cells, then you press your Ctrl T, and it's going to ask you, does this data have a table? If you have a table, then definitely I going to click on it. Now you can see that it's already ticked. It's showing that maybe there's a table already. But if it does not, the set the spreadsheet is going to generate a table for you. But we already have a table, so let's keep it tick. So click on OK. Now from this place, um, it's already on the table. How do you know that your data set is already on the table? You're going to look. You're going to see on the top of the ribbon, you're going to see table design. You can see it's already the table. So let's proceed. Now from this place, I want to get our grade. And for us to do that, let's start with using our first function, which is if. And let's see what it's used for and how it's being used. So let's move forward to our function box. And close to it, you see our function icon symbol there. You click on it. Then you see a pop-up box. In this place, you see a search. It's a search for function. So you can search any of the function there if you are not seeing it. But we can actually see the one we are looking for here. So I'll select it, then click on OK. Now from this place, we're going to see three displayed question there. Logical test, value if it's true, and value if it's false. Now let's see how we use it. Now this is if statement, if section. It checks whether a condition is met. It's a conditional function. So check if the condition is met, then it will return one value if it is true, and if it's not true, it will return false. So you are going to give it a condition, and if that condition is met, then it will return your desired outcome. If the condition is not met, then it will give you whatever you want to assign for it. Now we are going to actually go with this. We have a marking from 1 to 100, and we're going to classify our pass from 60 and above. So any student that scores 60 and above is actually under the pass remark, and if you score below that, let's call it a fail. Now how do we show this using our if? So we go to our logical test, then you click on your score. Let's click on the first score. Then we place our logical test. If the score is greater than or equal to 60, then I want you to display pass. So if this condition is met, I want you to display pass. And that's one. So if this condition is not met, what are we going to see? Let's say it will display fail. Then you click on your OK, voila. That's just it. Yeah, see, automatically, this is one of the wonderful feature of table. I don't need to solve for the rest. I don't need to fill whatever. It automatically fill itself. Automatically, what complete all the data given there. Don't need to solve much. Now, see one of the wonderful things the table does. Now, if you look at it, 56 denominates is not greater than 60, or is neither is it equal to 60. So it's a fail. 90 is greater than 60, so it's a pass. 77 is greater than 60, so it's a pass. Just like that. That's how you make use of your if function. Now let's proceed to making use of our AND function. Now let's see. Let's use our AND function to get our top performance. Now for us to do that, let's click on the function symbol again. Okay, I don't need to type it, so it's already here. AND. Then you click on OK. Now how do we make use of our AND? So this is it. It said it checks whether all arguments are true and return true if all arguments are true. The only time you get your true, if you're using your AND, is that these two arguments must meet. Like they must be true. Now let me break it down. For example, we have students, and now we are to get or pick out those that are actually boys and at the same time they are students. How do you do that? So if I'm actually looking for those that are boys and at the same time they're students, that's the argument now. So an Adi, or let me say John is a boy. So now if you look at it, John is a boy, which is true, and is also a student, which is also true. So these two arguments are actually true. So it will return true. Now, for example, if Sarah, as a lady, comes into the face. Now, if I look at it, Sarah, she's a girl and she's also a student. Look at it, these two arguments is not true because I'm actually looking for boy and a student. Sorry, two argument now. She is a girl and a student. That's that one of the argument is true. And for us to get true, the two argument must be true. That's just it. So I'll have folks. So now let's move further to our top performance. Now, I want to get the top performance student or top performing student. How do we do that? First, we have to look for students that actually score above 70, or that score 70 and above, and be equal 100 or less than 100. That means these two criteria must be true for us to get our top performing student. So let's see. Now the first one, let's click on the first score. So if the score here is greater than or equal to 70, this criteria, remember this criteria must be true. And the same score must be less than or equal to 100. So these two criteria must meet for us to get a top performing student. So we click on OK. Now look at it now. Michael score 56 is less than 100, but it is not greater than or equal to 70. So I will get my result to be false because it does not meet the two criteria or two arguments. The two arguments are not true. So those ones that actually display true met the two arguments. Look at it. Lovett score 90, which is greater than or equal to 70, and also less than 100 or equal to 100. So you can see it is true, true, false, false, true. But I don't want it to be like this. I don't like it in this form. I want it to display top performance. Let me see it that okay, this person actually are on that top performance instead of showing false or true. How do I do that? Well, I will fall back to use it if function. For me to do that, I have to make, I'll click on the first one. I don't need to solve for each of them accordingly. I just have to solve for one, then automatically the rest will sort themselves out. So having this AND function, I will make this AND function a logical test if I were to use if, which I'm using right now. So I will click on if. I'll go before the equals to, because before you start your function, you must start with equal to if. Then I'll press and click on my tab button. Then I come to the front of the AND function. Now I've made AND function a logical test. For me to complete that, I'll have to comma. Now you can see that it has moved from logical test to value now. Yeah. So it's not you're not telling the system to actually write this. If this logical test is met, I want it to display. I want it to display top performer. Top performer. If it does not meet this criteria, what do you want it to display? I want to display not a top performer. Not a top performer. So you close your bracket, then you click on enter. You can see it. Voila. That's just it. So you can see that Michael is not a top performer. Love it is a top performer. Off is a top performer. Just like that, just like that, just like that. That's how you use it. Now let's proceed to using or function. Now how do we use that? We go back to our function symbol. Okay, click on it. Okay, this is it here. Just click on it and click on OK. Now, for us to use our all function check whether any of the arguments are true and return true or false. The only time you return false is when all arguments are false. So let me break it down. In this, if you are using all argument or all function, this is how it does its thing. It is not concerned if both of them are true. All it's just concerned about is that one of it is true. If one of it is true, then definitely give me this. You get? So it's not going with this must be true, this must be true, which is actually the work of AND function. For all function, as long as one is true, it will give you true. It will give you true. The only time you have false is when this true argument does not meet any of this condition. That's when it gives you false. Now let's see. For us to get those students that are eligible for the promotion or for the scholarship, whatever thing you're looking for, let's say those that actually score 70 and above are eligible, and those that actually score 100, or those that score 100. Once you score 100, you're eligible. If you score from 70 and above, you are also eligible. So how do you do that? First, you click the first score, then say okay, if it's greater than or equal to 70, okay, let's say 70. Okay, if it meets this criteria, then definitely you're eligible. So you check the score, you can take the first score. If it is equal to 100, then he or she is eligible. Those are the two criteria we're going to use. Then you click on OK. Look at it. Number one did not meet the criteria, so is ineligible. It's not eligible for the promotion. So this is false, true, true. All these students that actually score true met the criteria. If you look at it, love is score 70, which is above 70, 70, yeah. Okay, just like that, just like that. But I don't want it to look like this. I want it to show eligible and ineligible or not eligible. How do I do that? This fall back to if function. For me to do that, I just have to target the first one, and I will make this or function a logical test. By introducing my if, I'll go before the or, that's before the equal to sign, and type in my if, then click on my tab button. Then I'll go to the front of the or function and click on R. If I write the R, you look at it now, currently it's on logical test. So by the time I write and impute my comma, you can see that it has moved from logical test to value if it is true. Now, if this criteria is true, if this logical test is true, then I want it to display eligible. If it does not meet this criteria, then I want it to show or display not eligible. not eligible. Then close it, then click on it. That's just it. You can see it. Not eligible. Albert is eligible. Ophelia is eligible. Harrison is eligible. The rest are not eligible because they did not meet the criteria. This is just it. And that's all about if and or function. Thank you so much for watching. I love to see you in the next of my tutorial. If there's any question or anything you want me to work on for you, please type it on the comment section below. Hope to see you next.